One of my favorite things to do in the pool is just, well, sit by it. But Miranda Murky from Baptist Health Milestone Wellness Center has plenty of other things we can do with the pool. It's a great way to get fit. First, welcome, Miranda. Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
So, okay, I like to lay by the pool, but I also love to get in it and play. But I mean, I think sometimes we forget it's not just for leisure. The pool can actually help you get into tip top shape.
It is a wonderful way to exercise, and it's very easy on your body to do as well, easy on your joints. So I always tell people swimming is a wonderful exercise.
So let's start with this. How do you just even get warmed up? What are the ways in which to do that, Miranda?
So the best ways I learned in college, the best ways to warm up for swimming is called dynamic stretching. It is not really a static hold stretch, but it's more of dynamic, so you're moving. Ways you can do that are like arm swings. You can do arm circles, leg swings. There's things called lunge and reach or a squat and reach, where you lunge down and then you uh, raise your arms and kind of stretch out your back and your sides. So there's plenty of ways, but dynamic stretching is probably the best way to warm up for swimming.
Before we start really getting into the nitty gritty of it, I mean, being a strong swimmer, I mean, one, we want to teach people of any age to swim because that's a safety, measure to take, but it's also so much fun. But I mean, it requires strength of certain body parts. So, what are those body parts? And then we'll delve into how to strengthen them even on the land.
Yes. So the body parts that are mainly used in swimming are your core. The core is probably the most important. You also want to have strong shoulders, triceps, and lat muscles in your back. So it's a lot of upper body. You'll have strong legs, but really with swimming, you're pulling yourself through the water essentially. And having that strong core is going to just help you stay on the surface of the water. So core stability is very, very important as well.
The core does so much for us. I mean, just in day to day, just living. So, what are some specific core exercises that we can do to help make us stronger swimmers?
I would definitely say two of the most important. So, one is going to be plank. I know a lot of people don't love plank, but planking is the most important probably for swimming because when you're on your elbows and you're in that perfect body line, that is basically simulating how your body should be when you swim. So, it's the perfect body position. Also, planking is not only for your core, but you're getting a good shoulder, back, arm workout as well. So I would say planking. And then the other really good one is probably going to be your flutter kicks. So that's going to be on your back, and your hands can be underneath your hips to support your back, but you're basically going to just be kicking. So it's also simulating swimming as well.
I am not a fan of the plank, but I am a big fan of all of the benefits that come from, doing a plank. And there are different ways that you can do it, and depending on your fitness level as well. Now, shoulders. How important are your shoulders when it comes to swimming?
So your shoulders are extremely important, especially shoulder mobility. So yeah, you want to have strength, and there are many ways to work on strength. When you're swimming, you are using so much shoulder mobility. So swimming, yes, it's common for shoulder injury, and so that's why you really want to make sure that before and after you swim, you're stretching out your shoulders, and you want to make sure that you have a very good range of motion. So I always have some of my swimmers, some of my clients at Milestone. I tell them to use bands. So to do band exercises, even before swimming, that's a wonderful way to warm up those shoulders. And then after, I tell them to really stretch out and make sure you have a good posture. And a lot of times when swimmers have caved in shoulders, so you want to make sure that you're always back with your shoulders.
What about the good old fashioned push up? How beneficial are push ups when it comes to your shoulders?
Push-ups are amazing. So push-ups are amazing for your shoulders and actually also for your triceps and chest muscles. You're using all of those muscles when you swim. Also, think about a push-up is kind of an explosive move. So you're pushing yourself up, And think about when you're swimming, you're kind of pushing that water back. So it's really kind of simulating the same movement essentially.
Okay, you mentioned also, Miranda, your lats and your tries. So, first, where are your lats located, just in case?
Yes. So your lat muscles are your back muscles. These muscles are very, very big muscles.
And then
Um,
your
tricep,
triceps.
yeah, your triceps are back here in the back of your arms. And those two are very important muscles to work on land. So do dry land exercises, working those muscles. There's plenty of ways, and two of my favorite muscle or exercises to do for those muscle groups are using the band or a cord and doing lat pulls and tricep kickbacks with that band. Those are two really good ways. Think about pulling water. You're using your lat muscles and your tricep muscles to pull that water back.
Now, it's also one thing to, get into the pool and to exercise and to stay in shape that way on an everyday basis until it gets too cold, unless, of course, you're one of the lucky ones who has a pool that's accessible all year long, which, of course, at Baptist Health Milestone Wellness Center, it's open all year long, doesn't matter what the weather is. But what are some things that we can do just to stay in what I guess I would call swimming shape if you don't have access to a pool every day?
So that is very important. When you're out of the pool for so long and then you get in and swim, your body sometimes is not ready for that. And swimming involves so many muscle groups and it involves, like I said, a lot of shoulder mobility. So, ways you can exercise on land are some of the core exercises I like are planking, we've already discussed, flutter kicks on your back, that's working your core as well. And that's also simulating that kicking in the water. There's also an exercise called swimmers where you're on your belly and you are going up and down with your arms and kicking your legs at the same time. That's working your lower back muscles as well as kind of your shoulder strength as well. So there's plenty of ways. I would advise everybody to do some exercises involving core, shoulders, lats, and triceps in order to stay in the best swimming shape.
Marina, last question for you. I think because we're actually when we get an opportunity, I mean, it's one thing to keep fit on land so that you feel good when you are swimming, but when we are utilizing our pools for exercise, it's really nice, especially when it's hot and steamy, because you don't feel like you're sweating if you went for a walk or a run or what have you. Can you just, I mean, I think that's kind of a myth that's out there. If you're not profusely sweating, you're still getting a great workout because of all of the benefits working out at a pool can offer you.
That is so funny. A lot of my clients that I train, I always ask them what sometimes when we're by the pool, I'm like, where's your water bottle? And they're always like, oh, I'll get it after. Well, what people don't realize is you are working so hard in swimming. Swimming is a wonderful exercise, and you are mainly using all of your muscles. Whether you know it or not, you're in the water and you are sweating. If your heart rate is up, no matter what, you're sweating. So it is very important, especially if you have an outdoor pool, to drink that water. But even in an indoor pool, if you're working hard, if you're swimming down the lane, have that water bottle and continue to drink water for sure.
That's right. Well, I'm going to still enjoy laying out by the pool, but you have definitely inspired me to jump in and get fit on land so that I can get fit in the pool as well. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Are you ready to take the plunge? Baptist Health Milestone Wellness Center is located at 750 Cypress Station Drive in Louisville. Just visit baptistmilestone.com or call 502-896-3900.